Hello everyone, good morning, almost good afternoon. I got a late start today, I could not wake up. Got a haircut and I shaved. You know what I need? I need that little, I'm always vlogging when I'm starting the fire in the morning. And I have a little bag to carry wood, I just gotta find it. But I'm always struggling to carry wood. I could not wake up today, found it. And I was thinking about that and I realized I go to bed and sometimes it's a little different because I've noticed during the week, the kid never wants to go to bed. So a lot of times I'm falling asleep and it's like 10 o'clock and she's coming in and waking me up. It's crazy. Look, T-Rex is still frozen in that water that's in that sled. So anyways, I go to bed around, I don't know, 10 or 11. And it just depends on when I wake up. So I think my sleep schedule is really messed up by me waking up, which I think most of the time is just like from stupid bad dreams that I think are mostly triggered from stress, which has kind of helped because I'm just like, oh, well, I shouldn't be stressed out about the owner of the place that I worked at. I quit over a year ago. It was 2 jobs ago. I didn't care what he really thought then. Why am I worrying about it so much that I'm losing sleep? I'm literally losing sleep over. I don't care. I don't know. I think sometimes, I was telling this to my friend yesterday, I think about things, I try and be very logical because I want to see everybody's side. I want to hear everyone's side to something and to like learn. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it too much. I'm trying to like learn how to get my point across with less words. But I want to hear people's perspective to learn. Because if you think that everybody's just stupid and they don't know what you're talking about, you're probably the stupidest person. Hate to say it, but it seems pretty logical to me, right? So anyways, but sometimes you can't, most people aren't logical. Well, I don't want to say most. There's a lot of people that aren't logical, right? So like when I was talking to my friend, my example was, I think that way, and I try and be logical about it, but they're not. So you can't, like the simplest way to say it is like, you can't fix stupid or something, right? And I don't think people are stupid, but it's okay to have an opposing opinion. A lot of things are subjective. A lot of things aren't. So if I'm trying to be logical about like, why did this person say that? Why does this person feel this way? This person said, my example was, like when I get a hater on the internet that's like, you suck. I was like, why does this person think I suck? Is this person angry? Did I miss a note? Did I not sing a part right? What is it? Like, I'm trying to be logical about it, but they're just angry and they don't like my style of music. And their reaction was, you suck. You can't be logical about that. Artists, like I said, if you guys saw my reel when I was replying to one person that just said, listen to Black Sabbath. Like I'm a musician that's never heard of Black Sabbath before, right? And it's like, you look at my channel, you would have saw that I had an Ozzy impersonator in my videos before. Like, but it's just one of those mindless things that like people do that you just can't be logical about it, right? Oh man, it's been pretty consistently like in the 20s here. So that's like, there's a lot of ash in here, but it's mixed in with the coals. And there's just so much of it when it gets this cold and you're burning so much wood. Like the coals just get buried in the ash and they're only partly burned. And I try and like sift through as much as I can to like burn those, because it's like wasted fuel, you know. But it's just like when you're burning this much wood, it's like impossible, because it's like this wood burner's still hot. Like there's a lot of heat coming out of here. The fan's still turning, but like it's 60 degrees in the house. Well, the thermometer in the kitchen said that, and the kitchen's kind of cold because it has 2 outside walls and the big sliding glass door. I have a little thermometer thing in there. It tells me the temperature inside, and then there's a sensor outside. That's mostly why I have it. So it's usually a few degrees off from the thermostat that's in the center of the house. But see, there's a bunch of coals on this side that the shovel's on. You can see them glowing in the dust. It doesn't pick up on the camera. I gotta shovel. It's just so much easier to just shovel it and put it in the bucket, because like I could fit a whole extra log if I shovel this out, you know? And maybe half a log, but anyways. What was I talking about? I was saying we were talking about, I'm trying to multitask here. We were talking about people's opinions and trying to be logical. Well, the reason why I was saying that, really, I think I was just kind of going off and talking about, I need a glove. That's the thing too, you put the coals in that bucket. It's a metal bucket, but it's thin, so it gets hot. And you can't carry it. Anyways, I think I was just going into details that don't matter. The reason why I was talking or mentioning all that is because he was saying my friend that I was talking to, that I should be more opinionated. And I kind of see what he's talking about from, you know, I mean, the people that I feel like become the most well-known, typically, are the most opinionated. And honestly, my opinion, I don't care for people's opinions. Those type of people, I feel like, as an easy stereotype, those types of people are the ones that are the loudest on Fox News and CNN. And I know my buddy's probably watching this. And I know there's more detail to that than what you were explaining to me, and I get that. I don't really voice my opinion that much on my channel, because my opinion is, your opinions are your opinions. So keep them to yourself. But that's why I brought up the one video that I was saying when I replied to that dude's comment about the Black Sabbath thing. That's where I got off track. Because someone else commented to my video reply and said, you know, no hate, but a world without opinions would be pretty lame and pretty bland. Those weren't his exact words, but it was basically what he was saying. And I agree. At the same time, I mean, if people ask me, you know, like if someone commented on this video, for instance, and wanted my opinion about what the best guitar is, I would tell them what my favorite guitar is. But that doesn't mean it's the best guitar, because that is something that is subjective. I will tell you what my favorite guitar is and why I think it works well for me. But that's just my opinion. Now, I know a lot of people are more opinionated, like in my situation, because of like endorsements and stuff like that. But some people get that, and some people don't. And when people, to me, it's very obvious when it's like, this person is endorsed by, and I probably even shouldn't be saying this because then I'll probably never get an endorsement, but at the same time, I kind of don't fucking care. Maybe I'm shooting myself in the foot. Maybe that's why I'm always having to go back to a job every year or so I can save up money so I can like do this stuff again. I don't know. But it's obvious to me when someone endorses something because they're sponsored by it. The company is going to give them so much equipment, and they're like, well, I can make this work. It's good enough. And they're giving me X amount of dollars to do it, so I'm going to do it. I don't want to do that. I want to, if a company reaches out to me for whatever reason, maybe it's because I'm always vlogging while I'm starting the fire to heat my house, and they have an alternative way. Maybe it's another better wood burner. Maybe it's a better fan or something to circulate the air in my house because I've been having trouble getting it upstairs. Whatever it is, I would want to try it first. You know what I mean? You think you have a product that can help me? Cool. Send it to me. I'll try it out. You don't want to give it to me? You want me to just try it out and send it back and endorse me, give me a certain amount of money or whatever? Cool. Yeah, I can do that. That's no problem. I get that you're trying to get stuff out and you need me as a vehicle to do that. But the thing is I've noticed, like with these daily vlogs, I've told you guys before, sorry, there's some dirt on my floor. I want to get it up. I've noticed, I get somewhere between, right now, 20 and 30 views every single day I'm posting these videos. So that tells me that I have at least 20 people that watch this vlog consistently. I don't check any of the analytics on it. I don't know if it's you guys are watching it all the way through or whatever. It's just been a way for me to get my thoughts out there and then get feedback from you guys. But I have 20 people, give or take, that are 100% interested in what I'm doing and what I'm putting out there, and you guys want to hear my opinion. And that's cool. I'm like that with certain people on the internet. But those people I look up to because they don't endorse things, just stay on subject. A lot of reasons why I follow them, but one of the biggest things, they don't endorse things, they don't say things that they don't truly believe. And to me, it's not a subjective thing. So I know it's hard for me too, because I'm not very into consumerism, as you guys probably know. I build and fix things with what I have. Like I've talked about my workshop outside. There it is. Beautiful. Still not done. I still got to put the trim up around the doors and stuff. And paint it. But hey, and put siding up. And fix my fascia. But a lot of that was built with stuff that I had. I just think that particularly our country, but usually first world countries, we're advertised to so much and we buy so much crap because we're sold on it. And to me, that's very obvious. And I don't want to do that because there's so much waste. I'm looking at my, my example was my shop. There was a ton of 2x4s that a friend of mine was, at least, he was kind of on the same page. That's probably why we're friends. He was like, hey, I'm redoing my house, because he wanted it a certain way. It was totally livable, and he got that. But he's like, he was saving all the doors and stuff that he knew someone like me would want. The doors, the 2x4s, the windows. It just kind of happened to like work out, right? And I think the area that I live in is kind of like that. Some people overdo it and they just keep random junk around that just like doesn't even make sense to keep around. It's just hard to part with. But that kind of goes into what I'm saying. It's like, why did you even have this in the first place? You know what I mean? But anyways, when I look back out the window, next to my shop is a burn barrel. I use it to, so we have a pretty good recycling program here. So if it's not recyclable, and I can't use it, like I'll keep certain things like canisters and stuff to keep stuff in my shop. I've been organizing it, right? But I'm going to reach a point where I can't use those anymore and they're not recyclable. There's nothing I can use them for. So I'm not going to keep them around. That's stupid. There's something else that needs to be fixed, right? I mean, the company's putting them in these containers because that's the most cost-effective way, but they're also not recyclable, but it adds waste, right? That burn barrel, someone had just thrown it in the woods, which is kind of gross, by the way. Like, why are you throwing your garbage in the woods? But it worked out for me because I got a free burn barrel. And I burned things. So in the wintertime, a lot of times it sucks because when you burn paper and stuff, it creates a lot of ash. But I get a little bit extra heat from it. And it's not recyclable. Sometimes it's sensitive information. That's the best way to do it. Is just burn it, right? Well, in the summertime, I don't want to burn it in the house. So I burn it out there. Sometimes we'll have a little fire. And we're just, we usually use my neighbor's fire pit because it's an actual fire pit. And burn barrels is, up to here on me or whatever. So it's kind of weird to stand around a fire that's like 4 foot down into a barrel in the summertime. Doesn't get off any light. Doesn't get the same vibe. You know what I mean? So anyways, to wrap it all up, I guess my opinion is, I don't know why I don't think people should have strong opinions about subjective things. I don't know why people just say stuff all willy-nilly. Like the comment I was telling you about earlier that I did a video reply to. The person that said, listen to Black Sabbath. And just to preface, I say things like this and then people are just like, why do you care what people think? Now, I learned a lot about myself, and I did realize that I do care about what people think more than I should. And I've adjusted that. But that's part of life. You learn things about yourself and you adjust, right? When it's for the good. But I'm using that as an example. That dude just said some random thing. Like he gave his opinion. He put his opinion out there. Okay, that's cool. You don't care what people think and you know what I mean? And I guess some people perceive me talking about this like, oh, you worry about what people think too much. It's like, no, I'm using this as an example as to why I don't put my opinion out there. Because I don't say shit like that because it's annoying. Well, I shut my computer down last night, but an error message came up before I shut the screen off. It said, can't shut your Mac down. So that kind of works out because I need it to be on anyways. Just restart. So that's my opinion. I'll use what I have available to me. If I want something better, I will figure out how to get it. If it will vastly improve what I'm trying to do, like this microphone here. It's a high-end microphone. It took me a while to get. I actually kind of stupidly financed them back in the day with 0% interest. So I put a lot of thought into things like that. I knew I've used those microphones before. I knew it would be great for my voice. It would save me a lot of time. But I had I don't want to say lower end, but lower end compared to that microphone. I used that for a long time because it worked. And people gave me a lot of crap about it all the time. But you know what? I didn't care because it worked. And I put a lot of stuff out there. Now, back then, I cared what people thought, and it drove me crazy. I'm like, why are people so, like, shitting on me about this? Like, I can't get this better microphone. Why don't they just get it for me since they care so much about what microphone I'm using? That was me back then, caring about too much about what people think. But that's why... Actually, I just realized that. It's probably why I don't care for people's opinions, because a lot of times it's subjective. They don't do any in-depth thinking about what they're saying before they say it. And it's stupid. It just causes a lot of, like, to me, it's like daytime television type of drama, but now it's on the internet. So, to stay on subject, I guess. If you're going to say something, you got to know what you're talking about. First of all. And there's a lot of people out there that think that they know what they're talking about, and they do not. And there's a lot of people out there, they think they know what they're talking about, so they put their opinion out there, and they don't have enough common sense that when someone goes against them to try and see from their perspective. When you put your opinion out there, you got to be able to take it logically, right? The whole point, in my opinion, is to learn. That's the whole point of life. If you stop learning at any point, what's the point of anything? Because if you think that you're the expert, even if you are the expert, I mean, you got to be able to see there's people out there that are the expert in a field. They're the go-to person that have realized something because someone said something to them like, would you ever think of it this way? And they're like, oh crap, you're right. That's how everybody should think. And to be honest, that's what kind of scares me, because most people don't think that way. It's a very small percentage of people. Even people probably still watching this now are just like, yep, that's how I am. I don't let people influence me, but I take everything logically, this, that, and the other. And you might not. And you vote, or you're on the school board, or whatever. I think that is my opinion. People need to be more logical about stuff, and constantly try and learn, and be open to other people's opinions, and not just say stuff that's, strong opinions about stuff that's subjective. I hope I wrapped that up fine. I do these vlogs, and when I kind of freeball it like this, I'm like all over the place, and I'm like scatterbrained, and I'm like, who would watch this? But then, like I said, I get like consistently at least 20 views on these every day. But I wish I wish I could get my thoughts together better to like streamline it better. But I don't care. So I got my computer booted up. I have some ideas for content to help keep promoting the channel and the new EP. If you guys want to be in the music video, you can send as many clips or pictures as you want. I'll make anything I'll try and make anything work. I'll make as much work as I can. I can't guarantee that I can put everything in it. I've got a lot of people that submitted stuff. So please don't be offended. I really want to get everybody's stuff in there, because it is all about you guys. So I want to make this video about you guys and and all that. I think I made that pretty clear, but Just want to throw that out there. But if you want to be in the video and you haven't submitted anything, please, by tomorrow, Friday, the 6th, December 6th, I need your stuff. I got to work on this video. The whole point of the music video is to put it out there to help promote the EP. But it's a Christmas EP, and Christmas is in like 2 weeks, so please do that. Thank you guys for all the support. Much appreciated. The channel is growing significantly, so keep liking, keep sharing. I appreciate it. And if you're new and you stayed this long, thanks. This is what the channel is. Every day, I put out a vlog of just my random scatterbrained thoughts, and I put out music, and I talk about things that I fix and that I build and stuff. This is it. You're at the beginning. This is me building up to whatever the channel is going to be. And it's not very opinionated. See you guys. Thanks. I'll see you tomorrow.